And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie, and we welcome you to the show. We got a lot to talk about of things that have gone on over the last 24 hours. And I brought this up just a little bit ago, Odie. I knew it was coming, but I totally forgot that last night was the grand opening of the Democrat convention in Chicago. I missed all of that. I didn't see anything.
I tried. I love each and every one of y'all so much. I tried.
All right.
So I could get knowledgeable.
Did you watch the Biden speech? Was it emotional or was it horrible?
No, I couldn't watch. The crap that spewed out before he got there, I said, I can't handle this.
So you were off before he even took
Oh,
the stage.
yeah. Yeah, I almost threw 3 bricks at the TV. This was going to cost me so much money. I have never heard.
For your own safety, you turned it off.
So many, the deceit that the National Democrat Party is pushing forth is bad.
If anybody watched it, I would seriously like to know what they thought of Biden's speech. If it was heartfelt, if it was something that, from what I glanced across this morning, they say that he entered the microphone with a tear in his eye and talked about having to step down. And I'm just curious how that all panned out.
And the talk is, well, for the good of the Democrat Party, I'm going to step down. Well, they had a spear in his back to make sure that he didn't deviate from that. He's already come out, and every one of y'all know.
Now,
he was made to step down.
My question to you is, and they tell, from what I've read, it was Nancy who whatever she had, that last phone call to him that made him go, okay, what is it that she had? Or did he know that his time was up and he was doing a bargaining back and forth? Was that it? I don't know.
Well, they just went ahead and told him, you are not good. You can't win. We're through holding you up. Now, this is the same party that goes on going, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And the next day go, he's not worth a flip. You've lied to us for 4 years.
Well, here's what I don't understand. You correct me where I'm wrong. If someone were to pass away that were running for president, I totally understand of replacing the nominee. But when you run, everything was fine with it up until 3 weeks before they started changing it. Is it okay to put someone in there that was not voted on? And that's what we've got. But it's your choices.
Now this is the one who was the very first person to drop out of the Democrat ticket 4 years ago because nobody wanted her. Now, they had, the last thing I watched before I flipped off and I couldn't do it was Booty Judge got on there.
Who's Booty Judge?
It's the one that's got prosthetic uppers to bottle feed his child.
It's a man?
Yeah. And him and his husband has a child, so they use prosthetic breast to breastfeed their baby.
Boy, I am behind the times. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, he's the transportation secretary. He ran for that ticket too.
Okay, that's his name. I thought you were calling him Booty something, but his name is.
That's his name.
Okay, all right. I didn't know that. Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about now.
So he got up there and spouted so many lies and talking about, he's just stepping down because he sees that we'll be better off with Chameleon, and and
we all know the truth behind that.
We know
he was forced.
Yeah, he was for it, and he's
But
come out and
is-
said that, and they told him that you cannot talk about
Where
that.
is Julia? I got to ask her if she watched all this for our commentary. I'll have to get with
She's
her.
probably there. That's why she's not going to be here this weekend. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be here Friday. I'm sorry, I won't be here Friday. The Lima Dive team has got a big weekend.
So you're going
of
out of
training.
town training?
So we'll be out
I
of
hope
town.
you learned
training.
something.
We're going to try.
Bring back some. Send us a picture or two.
We'll bring back some videos of us.
Oh, good luck with that. Hey, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I read this story of you and your buddy go camping, fishing, and you're attacked by a bear, and you're getting mauled. Well, the first response is, I got to help my buddy out, so I'll start shooting amongst them.
I'll pray for you.
He got shot too. After being mauled, he was shot in the leg, almost bled to death. But he's gonna make it. But
Oh, you guys shoot up here amongst us. One of us got to have some relief.
and that's what I I could just see Jerry Clower in that whole thing there. I think he also had a gun trying to get him off of him. His buddy was shooting up amongst it, and they couldn't get the bear off of him.
Oh, anytime you go out in the woods where there's a lot of brown bears and all that, because your little black bears, they're not going to too much bother you if you don't walk up there and mess with them. But you got to have on a good pair of running shoes.
I often have said this, Odie, never hunt something that can eat you. That's just the way I like to keep it there. It's kind of fair at that point.
Never go in the woods with somebody who can run faster than you.
You are the meal. Believe it or not, those things happen there.
Oh,
that was one of the stories that I didn't get to tell this morning. Also, I don't know how everybody feels about this. This happened in Texas, to where a child went in and shot up a school. They brought charges against the parents. The parents are not going to be charged. The charges are being dismissed on this. They've been brought up on neglect charges. They're being dropped. But boy, I can see in some instances where the parent didn't do their job. Sometimes the parent has nothing to do with it. Their child just makes a move. I do believe if there is probable cause that the parent helped it, they should be charged.
Yeah. How old was the child? I mean, you've got to take it. Now, if we're talking 7, 8, 9 years old and he did that, then yeah, your parents are completely responsible.
Let's
You're
see.
13, 14, 15, 16. You know right from wrong. You know what you can and can't do.
Child would have been 16, 17 at the time of the shooting.
And
When it happened.
100%. And you can teach your kids everything under the sun to be right. You can take them and make them enter the doors of church twice a week. They've got to take that personal responsibility. They know right from wrong. This guy knew right from wrong. Unless that kid was showing a lot of anger and was telling them, I'm fixing to go shoot up the school, and the parents still gave him a gun, now that's a different issue. But that's something we've lost in this country, and that's personal responsibility. Whether it's raising your kids or the way you act out in public, there is no more personal responsibility.
It starts at home.
It starts at home.
You do. Everybody needs a little trophy there, don't they, Odie?
Yeah.
We're coming back. We're going to talk about what has gone on over the last 24 hours. And boy, let me tell you, there's been a lot. That Tahoe has rolled the last 24 hours to all these different situations that we
So your
have.
gas bill has gone up.
It's
Is that
been
what
going.
you're saying?
I'm telling you, I'm going to have Greg pull up beside me with one of them air refueling units there as I keep going.
You're going to have to get you your own Herald.
Hang out the window and put it in my gas tank.
Oh,
we'll be
man.
right back.
Hey, this is Greg, and everybody knows I love to eat good food. So when you're out and about, come on down to Long's Fish Camp. Been here for over 50 years serving some of the South's best fried fish, hush puppies, shrimp, and hey, don't forget the coleslaw. Probably the best anywhere in the world. Excellent food, excellent service. Drive on down to Enterprise, Mississippi, and enjoy your food from Long's. Remember, at Long's, everybody's family.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, Over the phone or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
As always, Rosemary will be extra nice to you there. We do hope you're having a good morning there. We turn to things that are going on in the community. As I would get reports of gunshots yesterday afternoon. So we headed out, and this is where we went first. As I pull this up, we would end up on 26th Street and Highland Avenue. There was no damage or injuries, but I do believe a couple shell casings were found in the area there. There's the Meridian Police Department on the scene, Odie. As we got into that, I would back off, and I'd go back over and wait just a second because it was not over, and I knew that. We would then get reports that there was a car chasing another car. It was a Hellcat, as a matter of fact, chasing a white vehicle with gunfire coming out the windows.
And them things is fast.
They're very fast. So I decided I'll just stay put there and let them get that out of their system. I think it'd be better if they do that, safer for me. And sure enough, after that report came out, within about 10 minutes, it would come out that a car has been found shot up. So off we would go, and let me pull up pictures here to where we were. This is roughly about a block, 2 blocks away from, you remember where we found the man that was murdered near Highland Park a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
This would be within a couple of blocks of there. This is the 2400 block of 41st Avenue. Here's the police coming to tell me I needed to move.
You could feel it coming as she was walking toward you.
Well, and let me just, if you want to block that, put up yellow tape. I don't see yellow tape anywhere that says crime scene. I was way away from the scene, but here she comes. Boogie there.
You did what you were asked to do.
I moved. This windshield, he's standing in the way, you can't see very good, but this windshield has 5-6 shots in the windshield here.
Wow.
It's a heap there. The car was left there, and this is a white vehicle. Let me say, Odie, I don't know whether or not there's a connection in between this and the Hellcat or not. I just know within a 10-minute period there, it was reported that Hellcat was shooting at a car, chasing it, and then 10 minutes later we would find a car that was hit. Again, we have no proof to say that these happened or a part of the same situation. Let me show you from the other side. This is looking over the top of the police car here. It's parked here. Very nice people that I talked. It was a very relaxed neighborhood, people sitting on their porches as this came about. Unexpected for this to happen yesterday afternoon. And, of course, right here, it's easy. They got the street blocked. I have no problem with that.
You know, I mean, how many Hellcats do you see out there? There's not an awful lot of those cars riding around.
That's correct. And, of course, we did a live from there. Now, as I was there live and we talked about this, at that given moment when I was live, we just knew the car had been shot. We hadn't had anybody that had been hit. Within 60, 70 seconds after I got off of it, I got the message that a person had gone to the hospital by private vehicle and had a bullet hole in their arm. Here's what I really had to investigate last night, because people see a lot of things in Meridian, and I usually get the messages and said, "Hey, I saw somebody run down the street in underwear."
He's practicing to be
from the
naked
hospital.
man.
Do what? They go, oh, no. I saw it run right out the emergency room door in the underwear. Well, apparently, the person who was nicked or shot, however you want to do it, decided they didn't like that particular hospital they were at. And they just ran right on down the street in their underwear to the next hospital and said, I've been shot.
Well, by law, if you go into a hospital and you've got a bullet wound, they've got to call the police.
Right. So both hospitals call the popo.
You know, I mean, he's here.
And I don't know what to tell you as to why a person would think, well, I don't want to stay here any longer. I need to just move right along, but just ran right on down the street in the boxer shorts there. Yeah, there was no nudity or anything, but stepping and fetching, as you might say, down the street there in the underwear.
Now, if you were Reddington and you had your own private doctor somewhere like they've got on Blacklist,
yeah,
and you drive into an alley and pull up, they've got a full hospital built inside and staff.
Waiting on you.
Know, now that's different. You might get away from the popo then.
Ain't happening in Meridian,
but it ain't happening in Meridian.
I don't think we got that rich.
If they do, they bought him a Hellcat.
Yes, sir. But that is the story with that as of this morning of what went on yesterday in Meridian.
Wow.
Now, and that is as we know it. And again, let me say this: we just got a wreck that is on North Hill Street in front of Firestone. That would be at 29th Avenue.
Yeah.
So we're just breaking news. Do that Fox News alert sound. They have really worn that out.
Yeah.
I no longer believe that it's a breaking story because they do that. I don't even.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to watch.
And we don't know. We don't have pictures yet because I bet you they'll be coming in a minute.
Yeah.
Videos and everything. But if that's right there in the middle of the intersection, that's a busy intersection.
It is.
Maybe go around if you have to go through that intersection just to get away. Well, I know most of y'all not. You're going to fight the traffic, go through there so you can see. Hey, if you want to look, that's fine, but just keep the traffic moving so you don't have another one.
Yeah, so we're waiting. We hadn't gotten any reports on this.
Yep.
And let me tell you this. North Hill Street is getting a lot of talk. I've got another story that would happen this morning, a little after 2:30 this morning. Another person was shot on North Hill Street. Now, police responded to this. They would go to an apartment complex, the 3300 block, to find a person with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. This would be through the cheek. I think at the end of the day, they're going to be A-OK. But through the cheek it was. Now, I've gone back and this month has been extraordinary with gunshots. The only other month so far this year that has tied with this month is February. We had 8 people shot in February, and we've had about roughly, we'll go 9 with Naked Man. And I can't get the exact date because it was not recorded. Naked Man was also shot this month in the arm. So he makes number 9 that was hit. In February, we had 1 murder. In August, we've had 2 murders so far. We still got, it's half of the month still to go.
Yeah.
We're at the 20th, so we got another 11 days left of this. So what's this month looks like it's going to surpass anything that we've had so far, Odie.
That's terrible.
It is.
And then going back to what you had just said with the self-inflicted, there's only one person that can help you during that time, and that's Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Oh, there you go.
But let me tell you, that's something that when someone deals with taking their own life and you think that you're giving yourself comfort, think of what you're doing with the family. I'm dealing with that now, and it's not easy to see your loved ones having to go through what they're going through. And we need to put Jesus back in our lives. I know it seems like an easy way out and can solve a lot of stuff, but what it does to the family, especially the younger ones, is devastating. I'm seeing it firsthand, and it's not right that they're having to go through that. please reach out.
It is.
Please reach out.
I spoke at a church last week, the Central United Methodist Church, and one of the big questions wherever I go and you go speak, a lot of times we do it together, is where's the most crime in Meridian? And that is one of the number one questions I get asked. At this point in time, we have 3 areas that I would call high crime areas. Highway 19, number 1. That's going to be the stretch when you get off I-20 there, exit 150 up to College Park. That is our number 1 crime-ridden area. Number 2, which is a shocking surprise to some people, and we saw it coming. It started and it just kept getting
inched
close.
its way in.
It was the unheard of. Now, sitting at number 2 is going to be the North Hills area, followed by Highland Park coming in at 3. We have more crime in the north than we do around Highland Park. Now, don't forget, that was around Highland Park yesterday, but we go back to April, 2 murders there in North Hills, and we all know about that.
Yeah.
The year before that, we had a murder there, someone executed on the side of the street. A few years back, we had the man that was murdered there going to get flowers for his wife on Mother's Day. Watch your back. What does this tell us? We need new leadership. Where I'm going with all this leadership. It will be time to vote next summer. Have a leader, whoever it is that you choose, that's going to step forward, do something with crime. We've got to do this. It's got to be number 1. As I mentioned the other day, when Jimmy took office, he said that he wanted to revamp everything from the ground up at the police department. Congratulations, you did. As we go back, and this is just really where, and I hope Jimmy's listening to this, because this is shameful for Meridian as we get back to Officer Kroom, the unveiling of the street named after him. The fire department was not allowed, the City of Meridian Fire Department was not allowed, per Jimmy, to fly the American flag. Did y'all know that? I think we need to let that go from one end of the street to the next. The county fire departments came in, brought in their trucks to fly the American flag. There was a truck there flying it, but it was not the City of Meridian, and it was not the choice of the police chief of Meridian that done that. It goes to the top, up those little white steps as you go into City Hall, and you take a right, it would be the mayor's office. And that's all I got to say about that. I feel better. I had to get that out my chest. Felt good, Odie.
Yeah. Hump.
There you go.
What did he do on Smoking the Bandit?
There you go. Remember, your vote is the most important thing that can happen. It's what rules our city. Do not cast that vote until you're absent. And I don't care who you are watching me. Think about that, what I just said. Make sure you do research on that person before you cast that vote. Understand what that person, what their thoughts, their ideas are. We'll be right back. Scotty Ray and Odie as we travel along on this early Tuesday.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinara Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Whoop, and we're back.
It's us again.
If you were circling City Hall in downtown Meridian over there by the Riley Center yesterday, you happened to notice there's a bunch of people wearing red shirts. So I thought, well, I need to stop and find out.
Yeah.
And we did as we came over here, and I interviewed these guys. They work for AT&T. They are on strike is what they are doing. And this is all across the United States. These folks are on strike because they feel unfair policies of what's happening there. Unfair labor practice is what they call it there. And I teased the guys about that they were made make their own signs because apparently their wives.
By their wives.
Their wives didn't help them. Men just cannot make good signs.
Oh,
now,
man.
that's a better
no.
sign that I can make. But the point is they're there trying to get there. And this is across 17,000 total is what I'm being told across the United States that are on strike, holding out, trying to get better wages and better things for their family. So
and I got a call yesterday and said, hey, do you know it? And I said, no, I don't. I said, I'm going to try and look it up. And they said, it's not going to interfere with our phones and stuff, is it? I said, no, this is AT&T that does landline for homes, businesses, all that. It's not the wireless part. And I've tried to look in and do some quick because I promised myself I was going to try and study up on this so I'd know. But trying to get everything ready for this weekend, had fire department meeting last night. I just kind of didn't get it together. But I keep trying to look and find out exactly what. All I can find is unfair labor practices, and but what are those? I don't seem to be able to find a list anywhere that says we're unfair labor practices because this is what they're putting us at, this is what we want. Okay. This is what they're putting us at, this is what we want.
I know how we can find it. Want to go for a ride in a white Tahoe?
We'll go down there, and I'd like to find out exactly so we'll know what they're fighting for. It's easier to get behind you if we know what you're fighting for.
I get that. So,
yeah, we need.
And
to
it was very generic
there.
in the interview. I didn't go deep into that. They just told me it was unfair, and I didn't go any deeper than that. I had to be somewhere else for the next incident. We would, and let me explain why I done this. Yesterday, I got a call that a child had been run over by a car. I started en route to go there to take pictures, and then I pulled over. I stopped, and I did this on purpose. There's many reasons. I show up to wrecks. If a school bus is involved, I still go because you can take a picture of a school bus or you can take a picture of a police car and stay away from anything. And all I could envision, and I knew the child was underneath the automobile. And in my mind, there was absolutely no way that I could video or take pictures without showing some child somewhere because it was near the school. So I did not go. On purpose, I didn't go. You ever just have it come up on your heart? That came up on my heart to stop and don't do that. So I did it that way. And I used this instead of doing video yesterday. Put it as a school zone. What I'm told, I talked to those that were at the scene. The child is bruised very, very heavily. Responsive, everything's going to be okay in the end, but banged up. Now, I can't tell you who, what, or why caused it. We get into situations of that. I don't want to blame anybody. We don't know what happened. Anything could have went on. We'll wait for the police to do their investigation on this. The important thing at the end of this story is this child is okay. It made
Praise
my heart
God.
jump there. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, as we talk about this would not be the only incident yesterday, Odie, that involved, and let me go here and show you. This is Wendy's 8th Street. Real similar situation there. And I was very cautious with cameras and taking pictures here. This is the fire department. It was a lady that was struck on a bicycle. She had children with her. Wow. Now, I stayed and we went live and we covered this, and after they put her in the ambulance, we went back around live, and they also said that her child was also bumped. Minor, and I called it minor injuries because she was able to walk to the ambulance. Now, that's not saying that you're not going to have bruises, you're going to have a cut somewhere,
That's right.
but you are walking and breathing. And I got sent a message that said, well, you didn't tell the truth on what happened. It's not, when I show up to these scenes, it's not my job to determine who's at fault. It is my job to say there's been an accident, here's where it is, and someone's hurt or not. And I leave it at that because it is up to the police and their investigations. Anytime that you guess, it can be something totally wrong after an investigation happens. And we do our due diligence to try to stay down the middle of what happened. Very rare, I can think of 2 occasions to where I've put what happened after I've gotten official reports from the police department as to what happened. A few weeks ago, I had someone jump on me, tell me that I was wrong and every other media in the state was wrong about a wreck. I read the report from that police department as to what happened. And I normally, you can never win arguing with someone, Odie, when they're emotionally involved. Yeah. And one of the very few times I've ever replied to anything like this, I told them, if you can provide me with a report from the police department that is different than what I already have, I will be more than glad to make a correction. And I would. Any day of the week, I'll do that. If the police goes, okay, it was really this way, I'll be more than glad to make a retraction and change it.
Because we want the truth out.
Correct. But I do my very best to never guess as to how something happened. When something's obvious, 2 cars hit, leave it at that. But fortunately with this, they walked away from this, and that is great. I hate that it happened, but at the end, it was children, 2 or 3 children there on the scene, Odie. It could have been bad.
Man. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Fortunately, everyone walked away from this little incident, and that's what we're glad about. And boy, I started getting texts. We got people that got their blood boiling this morning over the flag issue there. I'm even told that it was seen while the Meridian Meridian Fire Department was not allowed to fly the flag, as Croom Street was named after him. Jimmy was spotted passing by to make sure that it was not the City of Meridian Fire Department hoisting the flag, that he was spotted passing by. Also, it was brought up to me that during the speech, and I was there, I heard it, at Meridian High School as we all stood and remembered Croom, who gave his life for the City of Meridian. It was said he was not the first, nor will he be the last. Not exactly something you say to a family member when they've just lost their loved one who gave their life in the line of duty. That's all I got to say about that, too. Your vote matters, people. It matters from the top. You're a leader. You set the example. I won't even get into the car sitting out front that was complained about. In every town across America, when an officer loses his life, a car is placed in front. The public is allowed to come by and lay flowers on that. I'm told that someone wasn't happy about that. Your vote counts. Choose a leader that is a leader. And I've said this during many speeches where you and I have been. During your darkest hour, I want y'all to pay attention to me now. Your darkest hour, when the chips are down on you, when the world feels like it's down on you and you're getting whooped, what you do defines who you are. Every move that you make when the chips are down, what you do defines the person as to who you are. Remember that. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
We'll change the mood of the show in just a second there and move on to something else. Odie's going to wear his clown outfit or something next.
Jordan LaParish Tractor here to talk about our fall hunting package, the Whitetail Widowmaker, an L2502 DT with a DH1560, an RCR 1260 6-foot cutter. You're going to get a free pipe top trailer with that. We're about 60 days from hunting season. This package is going to start around $29,999 cash, as little as $385 per month. Come see us. 4 locations: Meridian, Hattiesburg, Poplarville, Robertsdale, and coming soon to the Panhandle of Florida.
Place to eat? Well, come explore the great flavors of the French Quarter in downtown Enterprise. Whether you're in the mood for a romantic night out, a family dinner, or a cozy atmosphere with great service that make dining with the French Quarter an unforgettable experience. Drop by today and taste our delicious dishes. Come explore the flavors of the French Quarter. 120 West Bridge Street, downtown Enterprise. Call 601-659-0500, the French Quarter. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're building, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Odie, I don't know if everybody had this, but as a kid, radios, I'm in my 50s now, and when we were kids, radios and things like that we weren't like real rich. So we had our items were we didn't have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I can remember in the living room we had this, and we kept it for like 40 years, I think, because you could put other junk on it. It had a record player and all those type different things on it. It was wood.
In the cabinet.
Yeah, in a cabinet. And I can remember, I don't know what just got chunked at us. Was the studio audience throwing things?
Somebody's throwing something at us.
I was about 5 years old, and I can remember the needle hitting the 33 album and hearing these words of, put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all along. The gentleman, Jim Reeves, was born on this day back in 1923. Boy, he had a bunch of hits there, and people love that man.
Yeah.
I like me some Jim Reeves. I hope you did too. This is one of the lesser known of the Gatlin brothers. Anybody know them?
The trio.
Houston's a little bit. All the gold in California is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills in somebody else's name.
Yep.
So if you're dreaming, well, Rudy Gatlin is having a birthday today. He was born in 1952. He was born in Olney. Or do you pronounce that Olney? Olney? Olney. We'll go with that. In Texas, somewhere there. I think they were passing through on a bus and had him there, and they're all happy now. This man is not handsome. We have to be honest when we pull up things.
Yeah, but his lifestyle, and he's still living. Exercise don't look so good. I'm telling you.
Anybody remember? Can't get no satisfaction. As we go back to 1965, it would be number one in America today, and that song is still played as much today as it was then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa, Mick.
What happened? Did he have those lips done that way, or was he born that way?
I don't know. I think he was born with a mouth back. Yeah,
he looks like a largemouth bass, and we're just going to be honest about the situation.
You can stick a hook in that, and I bet he'll fight back.
1971, the biggest hat there is in country music. There ain't nobody else that's got one any bigger. Charlie Daniels tried, but it wasn't near as big.
No.
We go back to 1971 as he went into the studio as She's All I Got.
Johnny Patrick.
Boy, he was holding there something that was illegal east of the Mississippi.
Yeah. It even goes back to the best movie ever made.
It's a does.
They had to get it across the line.
And it's weird that you could not have Coors east of the Mississippi River. But
the alcohol content was too high.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I remember as a kid, and you may have been this because we'd done anything we could to earn money. Aluminum can picking up was pretty big there as a kid because what was up to 32 cents a pound one time when I was a kid. Oh. Man, we would pick up cans. Me and Jimmy Earl would walk down the road in his Toyota pickup truck picking them up.
And at the time, I don't know if you remember this or if y'all had to do this, but I carried a magnet on the string. Because you had metal cans and you had aluminum cans. And the metal cans, couldn't sell them.
Yeah.
And if it wouldn't stick, you'd have to pick that up, stick it in this bag. If it stuck, you throw it over here.
That was right when the aluminum can was becoming popular.
Yeah.
And I can remember when the Coors started just getting it, they littered Highway 16 with it. We sure enjoyed it.
I was 2 beers away from the store.
1971, this old boy was born. I didn't even know his name, but I remember him going, Indy. Y'all remember him?
Indy.
He was also in the Goonies back in 85.
Yeah.
Jonathan,
Kwan.
Yeah, what Odie said.
I don't know if he's done anything since.
Well, he got out of acting for about 20 years and has started doing a little bit here lately. But he retired from it after that.
Well, he probably made enough money off of both of those movies.
He's still getting a check for that.
Yeah.
Let's see, 1974. This has often been referred to as the greatest country and western song that's ever been written. It was all I could do to keep from crying. It was this day that David Allan Coe walked in and recorded, You Never Even Called Me By My Name.
You never even called me.
Some folks say I look like Merle Haggard.
Yeah. Maybe
and sound a lot like David Allan Coe. If you've ever been into a Texas roadhouse, all those where the girls dance in the cowboy boots on the bar and do that, when that song comes on the jukebox, everybody in the place sings along.
Yep.
Great.
And of course, he's back on our history because he's just that good.
If I had to rank them, it would be 1, he would be 1, and Hank would be 2.
Yeah,
It's
because
just-
both of them senior, not just junior.
That's right.
Junior's on there a good bit, but senior's on there, but not quite as much as this fella.
Way on down. And I can't dig as deep as those stamps.
No, I ain't gonna try it.
But number 1, and it was August 20th. This would be just a few days after Elvis passed away that would shoot to number 1, as America was in shock as they would be watching those 22 Cadillacs getting ready for his funeral. Wow. Man, 1989. Don't you worry about my woman, because she's close enough to perfect.
Yeah.
Go back to 82 for Alabama. Boy, I like that song. Let's see what else happened on today. We got a few more things. It would be, I'd almost forget, they were at the Neshoba County Fair.
They sure were.
They had the lead singers from 3 different groups. I met Larry Stewart, and you think, well, that's Earl. He works down at the gas station. No, he's actually somebody. I remember meeting him in a hall. Little bitty short fella.
It's amazing how many people that are famous are short.
They take those cameras and they lay on the floor and they do it this way and they make them look real big.
Kind of like the Weather Channel. They get them off in a ditch with 3 foot of water.
With a blower.
With a blower, and then all of a sudden somebody comes walking down the street in about yay deep of water. And it's like, really?
Anybody remember a song called The Bluest Eyes in Texas? Restless Heart went number 1 with that today back in 88. They were what was trying to take down Alabama as that was released. They needed somebody to try to sell some records like Alabama was doing. Restless Heart was what they chose.
Tried, they were good, but couldn't do it. Oh, boy, I remember this.
Man, he was on the news every night.
It really
Bunch
was.
of freaks, aren't they?
They tried to get off from killing their daddy.
Yep.
Or maybe it was it both? He killed both of his parents. Not just his dad. It was his dad that supposedly abused him. Mama let it happen. And so they ended up killing both of them and trying to get off of, hey, look, if y'all would have been in the situation we were, you'd have done it too. Oh, man.
That was a bad one there.
Yeah.
As we go back to 1989, this would be the premiere of this. And what's that little fellow's name?
Screech.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all know Screech.
Saved by the Bell premiered today. That's been many a moon ago.
Golly. Yeah, what was the principal's name?
Oh,
Mr.
him.
Belver.
Belvin.
Belvin. Yeah.
It did teach little morals, and not a bad show at all, was it?
It really wasn't. Not at all, boy.
Now, we've often said, if you're Scooby-Doo famous, you, my friends, are famous.
And she was on there multiple times.
How long was that cigarette?
Oh, it was about 8 foot. It was.
Phyllis Diller would pass away at the age of 95 back in 2012. Anybody remember her?
Oh.
Died of natural causes. And then they even put it in there, right in the...
Yeah. Well, that was back when, smoking wasn't as...
We were all adults.
bad. Building. Yeah, boy, we are getting everybody to get us on there, on the
look
right
at that.
track.
Margie?
And Screech passed away?
I'm gonna let you tell what Wally just told us.
That us short people stopped growing when God reached perfection.
Making us short people.
Wow.
That was a good answer there.
What's Vince's excuse? Vincent, the fire marshal for Meridian Fire.
Odie's taking punches early.
Right.
Ooh, I'm not touching that. I'm gonna stay over here on my side of the room.
I can't, but so Shelby says Screech passed away. I did not realize that.
He did.
I'll be darned.
And I don't know who Chris is talking about there.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know?
We ain't touching that.
We ain't going there.
We would have someone arrested 4 years ago today. His name was, Steve Bannon. Y'all remember that little episode there?
Yeah.
Yep. Charged with fraud over the wall. I don't know if they ever really got all that straightened out or not.
They didn't. And he said, look, I've told you everything. You don't believe me, then oh well, but here's the truth. But
now, I can say in life I've been shocked before. This one, when I heard he had passed away, I thought, well, it was natural causes, and nothing was said for months. And then we would find out the grim truth, and you touched on it a minute ago. that he committed suicide. I had no idea. You would think that this man was surrounded by loved ones at all times. You never know. His wife could have already passed away, and I think that led to this.
Yeah.
Tom T. Hall passed away in 3 years ago today, and of course it was from a gunshot wound that he took his own life. Harper Valley PTA. The year that Clayton Delaney died. And what are the saddest songs? I don't. The Homecoming. Do you know the song I'm talking about?
Not right. Not just by that.
And musicians, you will know this. It will hit home with you. And of course, Tom T. Hall just told a story when he sang.
Yes, he did.
He shows up to visit his dad, and he shows up on the thing, and he goes, "Man, I didn't realize you had a phone. I've been gone so long." And the girl out front is my new lead singer. She's sleeping as we sit here, and I sure hate that I didn't make it home for Mom's funeral, but I was on the road somewhere singing. And make the hair stand up on your arm.
Yeah.
Of those things of being away from your home and loved ones. It happens.
You know, it being an entertainer like that is not easy.
No, it's not.
You do have to pack up and leave, and you're rushed to a hotel room to get a shower, get some clothes on, take about an hour nap, then you're back on the road going to another place so you can get up and sing and do it again. And it's constant, day after day after day, and you don't have your family with you, or if you do, you don't get to see them.
That's right.
Very hard life. Yeah, they make a lot of money, but they don't have a lot of family time, and it's got to be hard. So if you want that life, think about it.
Yeah, there's some that love the gypsy life. Not quite for me and Otis.
Yeah, no. I ain't quite there yet.
We'll be right back as we travel along this early Tuesday morning with Scotty Ray and Odie.
I'm Alan Hunt at Meridian Cycles, and let me tell you about some of the great deals we have this month. We have up to $3,000 rebates on side-by-sides. We have up to $1,000 rebates on four-wheelers, as well as 0% interest. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North right here in Meridian, or give us a call at 601-485-8700. Ask for Alan or Mike Boswell. We'll be glad to help you. Come see us.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
We were sitting here reminiscing of Tom T. Hall songs.
We had to. And Scott
Old
says,
Dogs and Children?
Oh, yes.
And Watermelon Wine.
And Watermelon Wine. Scott brought up, we were talking about entertainers, but our truck drivers, and Scott, thank you for being on the road, but our truck drivers, the same thing. They pull a truck in, get some fuel, back it up, go inside and take a shower so they can get in the back seat of the truck and go to sleep to do it again, to bring the stuff that we need.
Oh, yeah.
And our truck drivers is about a dying breed. Now we've got a bunch of steering wheel holders.
It is changing.
Man, it is terrible. So each one of y'all over the road, Jesse Gardner, buddy of mine, goes to church with us. He's on the road all the time. So prayers with each one of y'all as you hit the road and deliver America's lives, because that's exactly what they do.
There you are. You ever drove a reefer truck?
They're not
as popular as the other drivers for some reason.
No, the flatbeds, if they're empty, it's supposed to be a bad luck to drive with an empty load, so they've always got like a little Tonka dump truck strapped down.
Yeah. I was somewhere. This was about 5-6 years ago. And I've always, when I travel, kept a CB just so you'll know where wrecks and things were. And the traffic was at a standstill, and there was a guy that drove a reefer truck. And all the other, and I guess it's where they go to pick it on each other. Man, they were eating him alive for driving a reefer. You drive a reefer. I felt for him really bad. Let's talk about our friends right here. Odie, they know so much. They do this every day. Snowden and Company, when it comes to purchasing yourself a home. You can scroll down, take a look at everything. Thinking about buying a home, they give you some indications there. Now, if you've got rural land you're wanting to buy, look at this. You go here to their website, and it's easy to find, snowdenrealestate.com. You can take virtual tours of every home here. If you want to get a closer look, matter of fact, you can go here to the listings and take a look at it. Here's the full listings as they pull up. Here's a home right here. Let's look at this here. Look at there. Take a look at the home. All kinds of angles. And there's more and more homes that you can see there. Land, they've got some boat and water there. Whichever the case, even a business if you're looking for a great place there. Blonde brick house, you name it, they have it for you. Snowden and Company, visit them. It's easy to do, 453-3937. Drop into their office there in the North Hills area. Can't miss them. She'll help you in any way she can when it comes to getting you a home. Shannon Knoll, how are you doing today? Miss LaWanda joins us there.
Morning from Tumba Sumba, for those of y'all that don't know.
That's what we call, well, if I wasn't from here, I guess I couldn't pronounce it either, could I?
Sugarlock, Tumba, Chickasahey. I saw some people, and they were on right by the bridge at the Chickasahey. This is on 45 South. And I thought they had trouble, so I pulled over, and I said, are y'all okay? And they said, yeah, we're just out really looking at the river here. And I was like, okay. And they said, could you tell us one thing? I said, sure. They said, how do you say that word? And I said, Chickasahey. And they said they'd have never guessed it.
I understand that. Odie, I was driving around yesterday, and I noticed with some Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department boys with gloves on. No, they weren't given a free examination.
Oh, they had one of them duster thingers.
They sure did. As we go here, and let me play this. This is a stolen car that was found in the city. The Meridian Police Department would find it and call the Sheriff's Department and say, come on over. And that's just what they did. Let me back this up and show you this. Let's just play this as they show up on scene here. And what they're doing is getting fingerprints. They're going to track down who's responsible for this.
I bet if they'd have learned how to park, they wouldn't have brought so much attention to themselves.
Well, they were trying to hide the tag. They just couldn't.
Ain't none of them can park.
Everybody's outside the lines. It's kind of funny there.
Again, I couldn't help it.
That was found just off of Highway 19 behind Tractor Supply yesterday morning as that investigation goes to continue to find out who done it. That's always one of them.
They're going to find out.
Where is it? And I'm afraid it's going to sneak up on. Isn't there a play that we're supposed to go to coming up?
Yeah, Thursday.
What do you remember what it's about? I don't have it in front of me.
No, but from what I remember,
Ward's going to be in it?
Ward Calhoun, the High Sheriff of Lauderdale County, has got a part in that.
What is it that we're going to? I'm blank. It's going on at the Meridian Little Theater, I believe.
Got my ticket right there. Is it at the Meridian Little Theater or is it at the church?
Well, I guess I could be speaking.
I'm going to get my ticket out and take a look and see. Golly, Miss Pace was kind of.
We've got to remember. She gave us tickets. We appreciate that.
Yes.
We need a somber moment as we remember this because it's somebody that done so much for our city. As we remember a police officer that has passed away, Jerry Gene Jordan. Will be laid to rest. You can find all of his information there at Barham Funeral Home. We do remember him and all that he done for our great city of his years of service. And we do appreciate that, don't we, Odie?
We do. We brought him up briefly yesterday. Died Sunday. Prayers go out to the family.
Hey, would you like to know where not to be drinking and driving tonight?
Anywhere on the road?
Well, I'm going to tell you where they're going to be checking you out as we pull up our list here. Right out at Southeast Middle School there. It's going to happen tonight at Jeff Davis Road. 2,300 hours there if you can do your fingers that county.
That's right.
That high there.
Subtract 12 from it and you'll know.
But it's the drives over or get pulled over campaign that's going on now. And here's a complete list of where they will be. And I know that people always say, you can't do that. They have to do that. And, people still drive drunk through there regardless.
Yeah.
Because the drunk's too drunk to realize they shouldn't do it.
Arnold, we agree. that a calendar would help us keep things straight and where we're supposed to be and what time. But
we
we
have
keep
to-
forgetting to write stuff down on the
We
calendar.
got a calendar. It's just not written on there.
Yeah, we just. Woo, Alamosa, Colorado.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning, Janet.
Yes, I struggle. Just
Yeah.
ask my wife. She'll call me and say, "Do you remember you're supposed to be somewhere?" I go, "Huh?"
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, whoops.
You know, on that right there, bring that picture back up.
Okay. All right. What
And
we
that's
got?
one reason that they're doing this drive show sober or get pulled over, because you see that car they've got on display?
Yep.
That can happen. And it's not just you, but it's somebody out there that's completely innocent that can end up in a bad situation.
Sure is. We don't want you to be a part of that.
Not at all.
That
We do need a secretary there, Terry.
bad.
Y'all ought to see everybody that we got working. Oh, wait a minute. They're both on the camera. And
Sometimes it's challenging, to say the least.
and I only work from 7 to 8.
He gets hairy from time to time.
Oh, mate, yeah.
And that girl, she shows up once a week for about an hour or so there.
Yeah, and she's not going. She's at the Democrat National Convention, so she won't be here this week.
Have mercy. You remember the arrest that we brought up yesterday that happened down in Clark County? The fireman getting charged at with a
knife,
yeah,
with a shank.
Yep. She has stood before the judge, and we have got what happened. $2,500 bond has been set, equipment there for threatening a firefighter. And let me ask this: you deal with firefighters every day, the city and the county. Does this happen a lot to where a firefighter is threatened? Is this not so common?
It's not so common here. Does it happen? Yeah, but it's still not as prevalent as it is in some other areas, mainly up north in bluer states. And I hate to put it that way, but that's mainly. Well, you got fire departments that have to show up to fight a fire, not only in gear, but in bulletproof vest because
and it's hot.
And it's already hot. They're coming to help you. Police is coming to arrest you. Firemen are coming to help you. EMS is coming to help you and save your life.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to wear bulletproof vests in some of these other northern and out western cities. Here, it's not as bad. It does happen.
Occasionally,
but,
something will.
For the most part, everybody's like, hey, that's like Greg's deal. He says the longer it takes you to get there, the happier they are to see you.
That's a good way to put it. We had an incident last night. I started getting word that traffic is backed up westbound into Meridian out of Alabama. As we go here, we would find out that an accident in between a car and a rig, one person is deceased from that wreck, confirmed deceased. Now, we may find out more about this today, but this happened mile marker 7-ish there in Alabama, right across the Bama state line on 20 westbound last night. If you were hung up in that traffic, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We got a Florida sunset sent to us yesterday. I thought we'd share that. Isn't that pretty?
God's painting again.
Yeah. No matter where you are, if you're traveling, send us back pictures. We'd like to see a window from another view. As always, it's always interesting to see that. What's happening out in Colorado, we don't know yet. We saw somebody watching. Send us a picture. We'd like to see what's happening there.
You probably still got some snow somewhere.
Hey, we gotta congratulate a little bunch here. Some winners there, Odie. Look at that.
Oh. Got a Marine that'll last a lifetime.
They did. Their first turn, the 12U Slammers brought home the championship. Congratulations to them. We're proud of them. Man. Always feels good to get a trophy and excel, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Oh, wait a minute. We called those winners.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear where this vice president was speaking and said, "You're undefeated, even if you don't win every game"?
Say what, Willis?
She said, "You are undefeated, even if you don't win every game." How? That's the mindset of don't worry, don't try your best, We've got you. The government will take care of it. What Ronald Reagan said, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
How did he word it? That's the 3 words. Hey, we just got this in. We got someone missing in the state of Mississippi. We thought we would let you know. At risk, missing person. This is going to be near Ocean Springs. I know we have a lot of people that watch in the Ocean Springs area. Come up missing yesterday around 11:30 in the evening there in the 1600 block of Laurie Drive. If you've happened to see this person, please contact police. 66 years old, 5'8", 165 pounds. His first name is Dale. And it does sound like it's a special case there. So we do hope someone notices, wander it off. We've had it even here in our little area there, but this is Mississippi, and Lord, we want them to get back home safe.
You got that right.
We'll be right back. We got some birthdays, anniversaries, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Next.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Just $41 a month for this new Brother embroidery machine. Buy it local and get instructions for life, service, financing, the lowest price guaranteed, and take it home today at the Sewing and Vacuum Center in Meridian and Select in Flowood and Hattiesburg.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. Summertime has arrived and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. Welcome back. I mentioned this during the first show this morning that Phil Donahue had passed away. Does everybody know that?
Man, that was a new deal in TV, brought on guests, and people in the crowd got to ask questions.
It was different. There's old Phil back in the day there. Just kind of shocking that he's no longer with us there. Thought we'd mention that again. Let's see here. What else is? Oh, we got a judge in Oklahoma that's in some hot water called having an affair at work, and he's asking them to, let him still be judge. They're telling him it ain't going to happen.
Well,
you can't be doing that up at the courthouse.
No.
Or at the police station. Or anywhere like
that way.
So he's in a little trouble there.
Yeah.
Where did I read? Let me see here. We got a runt row for
runt row for
Ole Miss?
Hotty Toddy.
This is the defensive lineman been arrested. May miss the first game there, Odie.
Probably. Domestic violence. Now, there's his side, her side. I say her side, and the truth. So we don't know.
Yeah, don't be guessing.
Don't be guessing.
You're right.
So, if you did it, then it's sorry, hate it, but you need to lose your scholarship. That right there should be.
It'll teach
bar.
What that will teach is the next person is you don't be acting that way.
That's right.
There's
and that's
a lot of risk when there's
somebody said it yesterday. If you got to hit them, don't be with them.
That's right.
And that's a shame. If you got to hit a woman and you're a man.
Now let me give you a little. I don't have full details, but I'll know enough to say this. We would the sheriff's department went zoom up Highway 45 last night. No. They would find a fella sitting on the side of the road that had been, I guess you could say, hit by his spouse. She left the scene. It can happen on both sides of the fence. And I don't know what happened in the end, but I know Metro Ambulance went to the scene to help out with whatever went on. I don't know how bad it was, how bad the injuries were, but he was hurt. She drove off. And always remember this, when somebody, if you're married to them, if they leave in your vehicle, it's not theft. It is married, you share whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
But we don't know the ending of that, but I hope everything's going to be okay on that.
I know them, so I'm not going to say a name.
So you know
but I know, not them, but I know of a man who had a mark from his wife, and come to find out the reason she had a mark was it was the only way to get her off of him.
Well.
So that goes, you're right, that goes both ways.
Odie got in all kinds of trouble when he come back from his first date with a hickey. I remember him talking about that. And your daddy said, "What happened to you, boy?"
What is that? That's the vacuum cleaner got me, Daddy.
Does that stuff still exist?
The hickeys?
Yeah, is that a thing still?
Well, yeah, because there ain't some people that I see it on.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I just hadn't seen it lately.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking, just asking for a friend there. You just never know what'll happen around here, do we? Let's get into a birthday or two. Who do we have having a birthday?
Yeah, we've got Ed Wyndham is having a birthday today. Lisa Berry. Charles Dean, 68 years young. Lauren Massey celebrating 12, your last year of freedom. Teens coming next year, and the responsibilities go out of this world. Brenda Gordon's having a birthday. And Rachel Nestor, 90 years young. Happy birthday. So we got them plugged in. We're going to hit the go. And Brenda Gordon, winner chicken dinner of the birthday mug coming in from Hyundai Meridian Scotty Ray Report. Go by and get those picked up and celebrate your birthday. And Miss Rachel, you make sure Don takes awesome care of you and spoils you for your birthday. And I know the Queen Teresa is going to make sure that happens. So, yeah, happy birthday to everybody having a birthday today. And an anniversary. We didn't get any anniversaries, but if you're having an anniversary, happy anniversary.
Have you seen this about this super yacht that sank? And some super rich people.
Yes.
6 people still missing from that. They hadn't found them. Among them, a top New York lawyer and his wife, who was a big jewelry designer. And there's some more famous people, if I am not mistaken, that are on that also.
We got a heck of a dive team if y'all need some help.
Y'all just send me a picture. We hope everything turns out on this, but
yes,
we are getting into that timeline to where it's not looking good, is all we're saying on that. All right, Odie, you were telling me that you had felt like you'd really come up with a good Bible verse for us today.
Well, I didn't. The good Lord sent this straight down because he's always all-knowing. He knows what we need to hear. And I opened my mouth, and he's the one that spit stuff out because I'm not that smart. Just go ahead and be honest with you. But today, the good Lord brought us Proverbs 4, verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Not just in politics, but in everyday life. Learn something every single day. Never stop learning. Never stop understanding. But when it does come to the leading of our country, we need to bring God back in. All we've got to do is ask Him individually into our hearts and souls, and as a country back into our society. He can lead us and lead us right, but we can't do it without Him. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Hump Day be here tomorrow, and we'll be back in a little less than 23 hours. Until then, have a wonderful Tuesday. Be safe, but most of all, remember, we love you.